Hello, everybody. I was on mute there just for a second, but thankfully I caught it very quickly. If you are new here, if you haven't watched a live stream or a live Q&A or a live Facebook Live of me before, you know that I have been riddled with technical errors that are completely my fault and being on mute for an extended period of time, which is extremely embarrassing. So it looks like I am, um, yeah, probably like 20 to 30 seconds behind. Like I'm watching myself on the group here as well, the live video, and then seeing here what's actually live to me, and it looks like I'm like 30 seconds behind. So I'm opening up the line or the chat section to questions. I'm going to take these off because I don't need these for any reason. But yeah, I'm going to be taking your questions live. I'm going to be giving A's to your Q's. I'm going to be giving answers to your questions, everything to do with book marketing, completely open book. I want to do this because, again, the people who've been here for a while in the group, last year and I think the year before that, I was doing a lot of Facebook Lives. Since then, I've developed my knowledge and my experience tenfold. Um, if you caught my last live, which was a very impromptu one, you know that I'm working with a lot of clients now one-on-one for book marketing. I will be transitioning to more group coaching, which will be coming up. So if you are interested in that, it is more affordable and it gives you an opportunity to get more intimate coaching as well. And I'm talking group coaching, I'm talking like 4 to 6 people. So, you know, nothing like the 20 to 30 people type of thing, but intimate enough where you will get your questions answered, but um, big enough that I can pass on some of the savings to you. So make it more affordable for people who where the one-on-one coaching is less affordable. So that's an option. I know there's still people out there that still want one-on-one, and for now I will still keep doing one-on-one, probably for at least the next couple of months. But I will be slowly transitioning into the more group coaching. So yeah, with that being said, I'm going to start answering a few questions that came in before the actual live. But I'm monitoring the chat. It's my first time using this Restream. It's a program called Restream.io, and I'm able to stream to my YouTube and to Facebook group at the same time. And I have triple monitors here, so I'm kind of looking at all these different monitors to monitor when I get chats and when I get questions and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, whenever you're ready, you can put in your question, but I'm going to answer a couple of questions that came in beforehand. I'm going to start off with, I forget who asked this question, but this is a very common question that I get. A lot of people seem to be in this boat. So, what if I don't have a budget? What if I have a very little budget? What can I do with my books? So, let me answer this. And I've thought a long time about this, and I've answered this a bunch of times, and more, my answer has become more and more sophisticated. So I'm really actually proud of this answer, and I'm not going to vamp any longer. I'll get to it in just a second. But you're not going to find this answer like anywhere else, like this certain point of view. So let me begin with it. So I thought to myself, like question came in a day or two ago. I thought to myself, like this morning while I was I forget what I was doing, crushing cans for the recycling or something. I was like, okay, what if I was to start over again? Start with $0. Okay, I've written a book. I have $0 to put into it. What would I do? First of all, I would look at my goals. And if I was, I mean, this wouldn't happen. Like I'm coaching someone, they'd be paying for my coaching, and they wouldn't say they had $0. Unless they, spend all their money with coaching me, in which case, I mean, it might be worthwhile. But yeah, you need to look at your goals. So some people, their goals are just to get the story out to the most amount of people. In that case, I would just look at like a free platform like Wattpad, um, and just get your story out that way. Yeah, if that's all you want and you're writing just for pleasure, then I would look at platforms like Wattpad, and I know there's others, and I'm completely aware of them, but that's one way if you're just looking to get your story out. But if you want it to actually eventually supplement your income and you want that sort of prestige that comes with being a published author, even if it's self-published author, you obviously want to look at publishing it online to Amazon and maybe other platforms if you really wish. Um, I've talked about this before, and I talked about it in my book, Catch a Unicorn. Uh, Publishing books is a business, right? So as soon as you have something for sale that you're offering to people online, whether it be online or offline, or regardless, you're now in business. You're now in business for yourself. So me, when I first started, I had a little bit of money, but after I got more and more, after I did more and more research into the actual business of self-publishing, and I realized, there's a good amount of money to be made. I actually took out a loan, a line of credit. Now, I'm definitely not suggesting, you go out and run and get a line of credit. It's definitely way riskier. And you definitely need to know what you're doing and willing to take risks and all that sort of stuff. But that's one option. If you are really, really committed to it, that is an option. Another option is, going back to the whole business aspect of it, with a business, you need time or money to grow the business. So either you pay someone to do your cover, or you do the cover yourself, or you take the time to get better at graphic design and you do the covers yourself. I do not recommend that, because the difference between a free cover or a DIY cover and a $25 cover is like huge. Now, a $25 cover and a $600 cover, there's definitely a big difference in there as well, but it's definitely diminishing returns. So if you can't scrape, if you have trouble scraping together $25, I understand that too. But what you probably want to do is hold off on publishing it, because the worst thing that could happen here is that you publish it and you get nobody reading it and you get discouraged. And it's not packaged properly. Really, the most important thing you need to do is package it properly. When I say packaging it, you need to make sure your cover is good and your descriptions are really good. Um, yeah, so if you can't afford the $25, I would take a step back and focus on other things, and I'll get to those right now. What you need to do, first of all, is improve your craft. So improve your writing. You can do that a couple of ways. Obviously, keep writing. That's the best way to get better at something, is to keep writing, um, and join writers groups and form relationships with people in those writing groups, and do exchanges in terms of work and learn off of other people, and continue to read a lot in your space. So when you do write a book, or when you do publish the book, you know of the tropes and what sells, and what readers expect in the actual space. So keep doing that. That doesn't cost a penny. In the meantime, and this is really where you probably wouldn't hear from other places, but this goes back to my business background, is start a side gig to start getting some money. Um, I've paid a lot of money. I don't know how many writers I've hired in my past. Like with like finding writers from like my blogs and all that sort of stuff, and books, ghostwriters. I mean, probably like 12 to 15 writers that I found. So definitely there definitely is a great need for good writers out there. Um, I've had, out of that 12 to 15, probably 80% of them were really subpar. So there definitely is a massive space, and you could advertise your work on like Upwork or Fiverr or in Facebook groups. This is to get seed money, start a side gig to get actual money so you can publish your book in the right way, and getting together at least $25 for the cover. After that, then your next best bang for your buck is going to be Amazon price promotions. So for that, you're going to need $60, $70, $80, $90. So that's going to be your best bang for your buck. Then you need like a reader magnet to capture email addresses. Yeah, so you need like at least a couple of $100 to get started. And you can get those couple $100 by doing side gigs. Valerie, welcome. Love that. Read things in your space. Yeah, absolutely. You got to keep reading in your space. Yeah, that's going to be the biggest thing. There's so many people that, and you know what? People are going to say, you have to read in your space before you actually write it, or you hire someone to write it. And yeah, in ideal circumstances, yes, those are those are people that lean more towards the artistic side. So again, there's the artistic side, and then there's the commercial side of KDP. And sometimes the theories and those two parties clash a little bit. I'm more on the commercial side. I'm fully aware that somebody more on the artsy side would probably clash a little bit with some of my points of view. And I'm totally okay with that. And I forget where I was going with that. But yeah, understanding your genre and understanding what sort of tropes and what readers' expectations are. That's gonna be the biggest thing. That's really the biggest thing I've learned in one-on-one coaching, like dozens of people now, is yeah, just setting readers' expectations. Because if you don't, you're gonna lead to bad reviews and possibly force you to take that book down. Um, Yeah, so that was the question of what to do if you're on a budget, and just keep repeating that process. But yeah, just get your side gig, especially in writing. If you've been working on improving writing, you can easily do short stories for people and all that sort of stuff. So work to build up that seed money, because you need a little bit of money to get started. It's just not possible to do it with $0. Um, all right. Um, Okay, so I will move on to the next question here. And let me put it down in the captions. So Julie asked this one, and Julie, if you're here, make sure you comment and say hello. And this is another doozy. This is a tough question. I was hoping, to get a couple of softballs at the beginning, like in terms of like, I don't know, what to look for in a cover, or something that's a little bit easy. But this is an advanced question here. When can you expect to see a steady income from ads? Um, is this an immediate thing? Months, years? From Julie. And Julie said, "Hey." I know Julie shows up as a Facebook user. I mean, that's one of the downfalls. Okay, so yeah, what can you expect? When can you expect a steady stream of income from ads? So this is a tough one to answer because there's so many variables. A couple of variables include how many books do you have? And you know what? First of all, let's sort of reword the question from a steady stream of income to profitable. I prefer that word. When can you expect to have profitable ads? So I'm excited to learn this. Jennifer, perfect. Hey, Julie. Valerie, yeah. Okay, so when can you expect to have? Let me finally get to the answer. When do you expect to see profitable ads? It depends on a couple of things. So one thing that I do, ideally, to go with clients of mine, and when I do group coaching, this is going to be very, very first. By the way, if you are interested in group coaching, which I'll be running in June, certainly leave a note down or a comment down below. Say I'm interested, and when I do come out with something, which is going to be another week and a half from now, exactly outlining what it is, I'll be able to direct message you with exactly what the offer is. So if you are interested in the group coaching, leave a comment down below. Just say interested, or make sure you DM me or something like that. So. Okay, so let's get back to finally the question. I'm sorry I'm vamping this for so long. So it really depends on a couple of things. So it really depends. One of the big things is total value per reader. Now, when you say total value per reader, that's like super. That's a super businessy type of talk. But what you really need to look at is if you have one book. Let's start at the very beginning. If you have one book and you're selling it for $2.99, for example, your total value per reader is $2 or $1.90 or whatever the 70% minus the delivery rate is of your book. It differs by a couple of cents a little bit here and there. So that's your total value per reader. So you can base what you're willing to pay for those clicks to your Amazon product page based on your total value per reader and the conversion rate of your page. Now, that's super complicated, but the conversion rate of your page means how many people go to your Amazon product page and eventually read your book. And I say read your book because they might do that by purchasing the Kindle, the paperback, or the page reads through Kindle Unlimited. So that is your conversion rate. That is really where success lies. So whoever can figure out the conversion rate the best wins the game. So normally what you aim for is 1 to 10, between 1 to 10 and 1 to 30. So I say one read of the book or one purchase of the book for every 10 to 30. There's the range there, 10 to 30 people that visit that visit your page. Yeah, that visit your page that actually go on to make a sale. So yeah, that's the. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked here. Someone left a comment, and I'm just getting a little bit sidetracked here. That's what you really would need to figure out. So there's a lot of variables about how to make it. So first of all, we need to make sure that our cover and our description are banging, are running on all cylinders. Next, we need to also figure out like what type of traffic from the ads are we getting to our book, right? So this applies greatly with both types of ads, Amazon and Facebook ads. If you have poor targeting, yeah, if you have poor targeting, then you're not going to be able to convert at that 1 to 10 or 1 to 30. Um, Thanks, Easy Graphics. Obligatory smacking of the like button too. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. Um, yeah, so it depends on the quality of your traffic as well. Usually, in my experience, you see very little to no profit with just one book. And that's the cold hard truth. You see very little to no profit with one book. So you need to make a determination. How much are you building your email list? How soon is your next book coming out? Um, what is an email sign up worth to me? So you need to think about those type of things. Where you really make the money is in book 2 and especially book 3. So does that mean you shouldn't advertise your book? Like start running ads on Amazon or Facebook or Pinterest or whatever, or BookBub ads until you have multiple books out? That's up to your individual situation. But I do know that prior to my group coaching, I will be speaking with everybody one-on-one to make sure the expectations are there. Just yeah. So yeah, the short answer is the really short answer that I can finally get to is 2 months. Is 2 months. Um, so there's a very a systematic way to test Facebook ads, and that's what I'm going to be partially what I'm going to be doing through my group coaching. And there's a systematic way to test Amazon ads as well. But that I can't talk about that right now because that's, you know, 4 or 5 hours of talking, and I don't have that much time. Um, okay, let me get to some of the questions in the chat here. Yeah, if you're finding this useful so far, I know I'm sort of jumping all over my words here, but hopefully you find this useful. Mike, yeah, you said you're interested. Yeah, I'll definitely reach out to you. Yeah, Julie, you say you're interested as well. Yeah, I'll make sure I reach out to you. Let me go in the chat here. Okay, someone wrote, I published on KDP and I struggled to select appropriate SEO words. Is there a source where I can go and review them for efficacy? Yeah. So I don't know who wrote that because it just says Facebook user. Um, right there. Whoever wrote that, I don't know. I can't see the comments on my Facebook Live here, but I could see it here. So yeah, select the appropriate SEO words. So what he's talking about, or she is talking about, is those 7 boxes in the back of your KDP dashboard. And you have 50 characters in each of those 7 boxes to help you organically rank for certain keywords when people are searching for books on Amazon. Okay, so I struggled to select the appropriate SEO keywords. So yeah, there's the keywords are tough. They're tough for a couple of reasons. Let's just go to where I source mine from. So I source mine from Publisher Rocket, and I love Publisher Rocket. It's a one-time fee of I think $99 US. And what I love about it is that it's a one-time fee. So I bought mine in like 2017, and I use it like almost every day now. Now I do anyway. So I mean, like day per day, it's cost me like, just like less than a cup of coffee, like pennies day per day. So that's how you source it, and it does have a module in there where you can search for keywords and look at the estimated traffic and the competitiveness of a keyword. One resource that I'll point you towards to learn about keywords is I don't know if you know Self Publishing by Dale, but he's a great guy. He invited me to a networking event, a video creators networking event every month, and I'm very grateful for that. And met a couple people and made some great connections in the self publishing space. But he does have a book about keywords for Amazon, and I think it's like 399 or something like that. But I highly recommend that book. I reviewed it on my YouTube channel, and yeah, I highly recommend that. And about 40% of the way through, he gives like the golden, um, the must dos in terms of keywords. And yeah, I definitely recommend watching that or reading that. Um, yeah, that's going to get you a long way. But essentially, what you want to do is you want to try and fill in those 50 characters with like synonyms of that seed keyword in the boxes, in all seven, or at least 5 of 7 boxes. So, is there a source where we can go and review them for efficacy? No, no, there really isn't. I spoke with Dave Chesson, and I believe I asked him this specific question: how can we test keywords? And he said, the only way you can do it is change your keywords and don't change anything else. Leave them for 30 or 60 days, um, 30 to 60 days, and yeah, and then check your sales. But like, if you're not getting any sales, you change your keywords, and then you wait 30 to 60 days and you still don't have any sales. Like it's not going to help you that much. It's just like getting your keywords is just part of the greater package, right? It's just one thing as part of the main package in terms of like your keywords, your categories, your description, your cover. Like you need to get all that sort of stuff working in synergy. Um, the keywords book title, yeah, Dale Hughes. So self-publishing by Dale. His name is Dale L. Roberts. Dale L. Roberts. Um, yeah, so he's got a good book on it. Um, Self-publishing with Dale. Keywords. I could probably share my screen here. I mean, I should be promoting my own book, but this book is good too. Um, yeah, this is it here. Hopefully you can see that screen share. But Amazon keywords for books, how to use keywords for better discovery on Amazon. Um, yeah, someone just linked. Yeah, thanks, Jennifer. Yeah, Dale is a good guy. Is a good guy. I like Dale a lot. I have a lot of respect for Dale. So I highly recommend that. Oh, and there we are. There's sharing my screen. Amazon keywords for books. How to use keywords for better discovery on Amazon. So this is what it looks like. It's $4.99. I would say it's worth it. It really includes everything you need to know about putting the keywords. Um, you need them for running AMS ads. Those are Amazon ads. AMS is the old way of calling. It used to be Amazon Marketing Service, but now they just call them Amazon ads. It changed a couple of years ago, but a lot of people call it AMS. He does talk a little bit about running AMS ads in there, but I mean, it's not an AMS ads book, um, if that makes any sense. Yeah. Um, yeah, I think those are all the questions that I have coming in now. So unless anyone else has any other questions, I'll stick around for just a few more minutes. Um, and yeah, if anyone else has any more questions, I will answer them live. But yeah, I wanted to do this because normally I charge $160 US for one-on-one coaching, and I know that's not necessarily affordable for a lot of people. So I want to do this live group, yeah, this Facebook Live and YouTube Live to make it affordable and accessible for more people. But yeah, if there's no other questions, I will yeah, finish up soon. Yeah, there's such a delay in like me talking and the actual words coming in on the live stream. But yeah. Um, yeah. Another book that I recommend for, oh, someone wrote something here. Why are my Julie wrote, why are my auto ads working better than my manual ads? Yeah, yeah. So it all depends. Like it change. It's different with every single book. So what Julie's referring to is Amazon ads, and essentially there's essentially three types of ad campaigns that you can start. You can start manual keyword ads. You can start campaign slash product ads, and you could start automatic ads. So those three differences, what are the differences between the three? It's your targeting. So you're either targeting keywords, you're targeting products and or categories. And in the third one, you're allowing Amazon to show your book based on keywords, categories, or products, wherever Amazon thinks you're likely to get a sale. So Amazon, this is when we talk about Amazon's algorithm, Amazon's going to be using their algorithm in this case. Whenever we talk about Amazon algorithm, we're talking about like, I don't know, bro science. Like it's just, whispers from, you know, from what, oh, somebody tested this and they think it's this. And, there's a compilation of guesses and, formulations and we think it's this. So however their algorithm works, sometimes it's off, sometimes it's working well, and sometimes in Julie's case, it might be working better than her manual keywords. Um, and yeah, that's very, very common. So what I recommend is to run both, or actually run all three. The automatic, the manual keywords, and the manual categories and products ads. So with with everything to do with everything to do with ads and marketing, it's all testing. It's all testing. And why people hire me is that I point them in the right direction on what things to test and how to properly test them. But with ads, I mean, the key to really getting them is testing. And going back to your initial question there, Julia, in terms of like how to make ads profitable, is that testing costs money. That's just the way it works. Is testing costs money. You run an ad campaign and you get a bunch of clicks and you're paying for those clicks and they don't convert to sales. And you're like, okay, well, that campaign didn't work, but this automatic ad campaign did work. So you might be in the negative for the first, couple of weeks or even maybe a couple of months. But in the long term, you're looking for profitability, and that's what you're looking for. Um, Mike, thanks for your help. I'm hoping you do others like this. Thank you. Jennifer, do authors need a publicist? Um, this is coming from someone who is not a publicist. So I think in certain cases a publicist might come in handy, um, but overall I don't recommend it. So I'm on Readsy. So in Readsy Marketplace, you can you can hire like a cover designer or an editor or a translator or a ghostwriter. And there's two streams. I'm in the marketing, right? And there's not many of us marketers there. There's like 10 to 15 of us marketers there because it's hard. And then there's a publicist one, or publicity one. And I've just heard too many horror stories from people. Hey, Dale, welcome. Thanks for having me here. I was just tooting your horn. I was selling your book for you. I was recommending your book. Yeah, so Dale, I'd love your input on this. If you could put in the chat in terms of do authors need publicists? I think in some cases they might come in handy, depending on the type of book. If it's a straight up like science fiction or mystery or romance, I would lean more towards no. I've just had, I've heard too many horror stories with my one-on-one coaching. So I've heard of people spending $3,000 to hire a publicist to send out press releases or their book to I don't know where, to newspapers, to to yeah, to podcasts, all that sort of stuff. Like it's just, I think it's just very, very expensive. certainly the coaching clients that I've worked with and their experiences. So I don't. This is coming from a very very limited um, knowledge base in terms of a publicist. Yeah, Dale wrote, not a necessity, but certainly helpful. Yeah, yeah. And Jennifer wrote, yeah, I'm a children's book author. I don't know. I wish I'd give you a better answer, Jennifer, but I don't know. I just don't know enough about the publicist stream of things to give you an answer. I'd be a little bit hesitant with it based on my knowledge. Um, but yeah, children's books. I mean, I haven't gotten into children's books marketing because it's a whole other beast. I'm just sort of nervous to dip my toes into it, and sort of nervous to dip my toes into it. And I just don't want to like charge people for coaching with children's books when I have zero experience with it. So unfortunately, I can't help you too much there. Um, but yeah, I know on Readsy there is a marketer who specializes in children's books. So it might be worth reaching out or going to Readsy and looking at their marketplace there and seeing what she has to say and seeing what she charges. I don't know what she charges, but that's really the only place I've found where someone's specializing in children's books. All right. Yeah, so we're coming to an end here. I appreciate everyone showing up. I appreciate Dale. Thank you for coming. A lot of respect, man. I really appreciate it. Easy Graphics, I appreciate you coming here as well. Everyone, I hope this was helpful to you. Again, I'll be coming out with group coaching that will be accessible and affordable for a lot of people. That'll be starting in June. I don't have enough information to release the details yet, but if you are interested, write in the comments that you are interested. And yeah, thanks, Dale. Yeah, write in the comments that you are interested, and I'll make sure I direct message you. No pressure, because I'm going to be talking with everyone one-on-one before I accept them into the group coaching to set expectations and make sure I can actually help you. That's the most important thing. I don't want to be taking your money if I can't help you. I'm not. It's just not my thing. I don't want to do that. I want to actually know if I can help you or not. So yeah, I'll be interviewing everybody one-on-one. So yeah, if you're interested, write a comment in the say that you're interested. Hopefully this was helpful for you. I'll probably be doing these once every other week and see what sort of the feedback to this is. And yeah, have a great Saturday, everyone. Thanks for joining, and cheers.